Daybreak starts now with breaking news.
This morning, former Omaha police officer Scotty Payne has turned himself into police.
We want to go live right out to Jenna Janes, who is at the Douglas County Jail this morning with the very latest. Jenna, good morning.
Good morning, Dave, Cerise. According to the Douglas County Department of Corrections website, Scotty Payne is now an inmate. It shows he has turned himself in as of 5:09 this morning. Now, here is Scotty Payne's photo. Again, Payne is charged with second-degree felony assault in connection to the in-custody tasing death of Zachary Bearheels. He does face up to 20 years. Now, in this dash cam video provided to us by Douglas County Attorney Don Klein, you can see Officer Payne use a taser on Zachary Bearheels while sitting outside of that police cruiser. Klein says Payne tased him 12 times in the span of about 15 minutes. Klein tells us he watched the video, talked with officers as well as experts in these types of cases, and says he found that the use of force was not justified. However, he adds he is choosing to charge with second-degree assault rather than manslaughter because the autopsy didn't pinpoint any one action as the reason for Bearheels' official cause of death: excited delirium. Now, again, back here live, Payne has turned himself in. He does need to make a court appearance this afternoon where his bond will be set. Dave Cerise, WOWT 6 News will be there.
All right, that's Jenna Janes reporting live. Jenna, thank you.
All right, 6:01 here on a Friday morning. Thanks for waking up with us. I'm Dave Zavolinsky alongside Cerise Cole. Jared Robinson here with us today as well. Jared, quiet and a lot of good news in the weather department.
Yeah, guys, the nice thing about having this dry stretch of weather is it's not going to be so blazing hot outside. Temperatures are going to be really, really reasonable, and we start going into this stretch today. 65 degrees at 7 a.m., warming to 81 by noon, with highs today back in the middle 80s. A lot like yesterday, although I think we're going to have more clouds in the afternoon. So no rain, no fog to slow you down on the commute in. Let's send it over to Jordan Shefty and figure out what will slow you down. Jordan?
All right, so that's all good news as you do get ready to start your Friday morning. As for your drive along the Interstate 72nd and I-80, pulling up our J. Moore landscaping camera. This is the view that we're getting. Those cars you see the headlights for, that's the westbound traffic. That sun's starting to peak up, so sun glare could be something that could slow you down. Also, some construction. 1110 KFAB's Lucy Chapman joins us live for a look at that. Hey, Lucy.
Good morning, Jordan. That seems to be always with us, and it is ongoing on Maple. This time it is down to one lane in each direction, again over the Papio Creek on the bridge, Maple at 87th. For WOWT 6 News viewers, I'm Lucy Chapman with 1110 KFAB Time Saver Traffic.
Lucy, thank you. 6:02 and big breaking news out of Washington overnight as the Senate votes down the latest bill to repeal Obamacare.
Overnight, Senator John McCain and two other GOP moderates voted no on the so-called skinny repeal bill. The legislation would have repealed major pillars of Obamacare, including the individual and employer mandates and a temporary repeal of the medical device tax. In the end, the GOP bill was rejected with 49 for, 50 against. Happening right now, Omaha police are searching for those responsible after gunfire rings out during a violent assault.
Right around 6:30 last night, police responded to a reported shooting near Park Avenue in Woolworth. That is where they found a casing from a bullet, but they never did find a victim. Well, a short time later, it kind of changed as officers spotted someone covered in blood about a mile away. That person, though, had not been shot. Instead, somebody hit him with some sort of object. They also took his wallet. So far, police have not reported any arrests.
Well, a year and a half after a devastating fire at M's Pub, 6 News learns another contractor strikes the gas line right outside the building. In January 2016, workers hit a natural gas line fueling a massive fire. It nearly destroyed the M's Pub building at 11th and Howard. Well, MUD confirms yesterday a private contractor was working on gutters and curbs when they struck a recently installed gas line. MUD had the gas shut off within about 10 minutes. And they have repaired the line. This pub is planning to reopen in October.
All right, Kay, this morning at WOWT 6 News, Crime Stoppers alert. Car burglars are going door to door in Sarpy County. The location, 156th and Giles. Home security camera shows the thieves trying to do their thing right here. You can see them going door to door on all the cars, trying to find them unlocked. There's multiple people there as well. They were not successful on this particular block, but the suspects did get into a dozen vehicles inside that neighborhood. In the morning, owners awoke, went out to their cars. They said spare change was missing, even some small electronics. Now, the suspects came to this area in a small gray sedan. You just saw it roll through the pictures there. If you know anything, call Sarpy County Crime Stoppers at 592-STOP. And, of course, if you live in that area, 156 in Giles, lock your doors. Developing in Washington, a bill to impose new financial sanctions on Russia is now headed to the president's desk.
That's right. The Senate voted 98-2, passing legislation to punish Russia for its interference in the 2016 election. The bill limits the president's authority to waive the sanctions without first getting permission from Congress. It's still unclear whether President Trump will veto or sign the bill. Well, a recall effort against a Bellevue city councilman has failed for now.
Yesterday, a Sarpy County judge threw out an affidavit asking for Pat Shannon to be recalled. Part of the reason, the affidavit was handwritten. It's supposed to be typed out. The judge also said it was not a concise statement of facts. Bellevue resident Christine Juergens started the recall effort after Shannon was found not guilty of violating electrical license requirements for a building that he owns. Juergens can now file a new affidavit.
Well, an update to a story we have been tracking very closely. Omaha police are investigating 3 suspects who are tied to 17 burglaries across the metro. Antonio Collier and his son Antonio were in court yesterday and both face multiple burglary and attempted burglary charges. The third suspect, Ramondo Morse, has been transported to Douglas County Corrections. He is now being charged with an additional 12 counts of burglary and 3 counts of attempted burglary.
And WOWT 6 News is there as a man charged with murder appears in court. Sean Stewart, is charged with second-degree murder for the shooting of Aristio Pena Robles. It happened early on Tuesday morning. We brought it to you here live as breaking news on Daybreak near 21st and Martha. Witnesses said the 2 men were arguing and Stewart threatened to shoot him. Pena Robles was shot as he tried to grab Stewart's gun. Stewart is also facing charges of felon in possession as well as a drug charge.
Harrowing moments in Missouri. Take a look at this. 2 people stranded on the cab of a truck, just surrounded by floodwaters. Luckily, rescuers in a boat were able to reach them and take them to safety. Now, this is in Cass County, just south of Kansas City. The area has been inundated recently with heavy rain, causing massive flooding. We saw all the video coming in yesterday, and it's just incredible.
We do. A lot of people have close family ties. All of our viewers, people with us on Facebook Live this morning, and you and Jared as well, kind of from the area. Hopefully your loved ones are all safe.
Yeah, the word is around. You can always download our app, though, and find our full forecast right there. We'll have more on the weekend and next week's warm-up in just a little bit.
All right, Jared, thank you. 8 minutes after the hour right now. Coming up at 6:34, the warning the U.S. Department has for those planning to travel to South America.
And up next, the very latest on breaking news we are tracking out of Lincoln this morning. A person is fighting for their life following a crash. The very latest coming up right after the break.